Okay. Everybody should be okay with us recording. We're good to go. All right, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy 4th of July. Got summer going on. Us adults that have jobs might have a long weekend. If you're anything like me, probably not. But happy 4th of July nonetheless. For those of you who weren't able to attend the last meeting, my name is Evan Moore. I'm the owner of Real Frequency. We're a launch agency. We work specifically with high school students and college students in transitioning to their next big step. A lot of our clients are athletes. And why I'm talking to you today is because one of the products that we have and the focus of our goals here at Real Frequency is to get everybody fired up and focused on mindset. Coach Brandt does a phenomenal job. I think you're all really lucky. You probably already know that you're part of an organization that really focuses on all the fundamentals, right? And I'm not just talking about skills. I'm not just talking about your physique, your ability to drive to the hoop or shoot the tray, but work on that mindset, right? That's just as important as every other aspect of your game. And that's why he brought me into the fold to partner with you guys and help you along this journey to strengthen that mindset. And what we do is we have a wonderful platform here. I'm going to show you a little bit about it. Coach Brandt has made this a requirement for everybody here to participate. Some others in the past have participated. Those that are returning to Grit, they're already kind of in the system. So what I'll ask you to do is when I send out a link is only those that have not registered for Grit Amplitude to go ahead and register when the time comes. All right. Who here is familiar with mindset work and mindset training? Give me a thumbs up in the camera. Good. Everybody pretty aware of how critically important it is. Does anyone believe that they're strong in the head and ready to take on the next level? Or when your name's called and there's 5 seconds left on the clock, you're ready to take the ball and make that shot with all confidence and be okay with whatever happens after that ball leaves your hand. We have the tools to be sure you're going to be strong. You're going to know what to do prior to the game, during the game, and after the game to be sure that you are really honing in and focusing on that mindset, positive talk, picking up your teammates, being there to support them, not just when things are going awesome and you guys are winning games and you're crushing people, but you're a good teammate when they're down, when they miss that shot. You're going to know what to do. You're going to know what to do for yourself. You're going to know what to do for them. That's what makes you a great teammate. For those, I'm going to get a list of those who have already been in, but for those who have not, this is somewhat of a refresher for those that maybe it's been some time. I'm going to go ahead and share real quick. I'll make sure everybody can see this. Everybody good on seeing that? Thumbs up. So I can only see a couple of you because, all right, cool. This is the Amplitude desktop. This is very mobile friendly, and we're going to help you get on it on your mobile device, on your phone or your iPad too, because we expect that you'll probably be interacting with it from your phone. This is what it looks like from the desktop, but we have several areas that are pretty much our focus. That's going to be our training center here, and then our community. Now, when it comes to the training center, you'll have specific assignments that you must complete. Now, I don't want anyone to think about this like homework, because this is about working on yourself. This is about working on your game. You wouldn't think practice is like homework by any means, and this isn't like that at all. This is very short snippets and 15 minutes a day at the most. That's all we ask of you. We know that summer is fleeting. You're probably very busy. Perhaps you're going on vacation, but we built it in a way that is very palpable, very easy for you to digest, and you'll get it. You'll understand that it only takes 10, 15 minutes a day to work through this, right? And even if it's 5 days a week, you're going to be better for it. So we're not asking you to do a ton of work, but we are asking you to engage. Matter of fact, coach is telling you to engage. We see reports. We know when people sign in. We know how long they've been in. That's not just, to make sure, hold your feet to the fire by any means, but we want to make sure that you're understanding, you're engaging with the content. For those teammates that do and start using this to their advantage and start understanding the language and start speaking to each other in this way. For those that do not engage, you kind of feel A, left out, but B, you're hurting your team, because this stuff is critically important. I cannot stress that enough. So when we come in here, you'll receive an email after you register, and it's going to be up to coach when he wants you to actually officially start this training. So you're going to come into the training center right here. And when we come into the training center, you're going to have just 4 blocks here. We don't want to overload you with information, but you're just going to see MYM for sports. I'm in coach's account. He has access to a lot more than you guys, but we want to make it really simple and easy. You go to the start. And once you start, simple enough, 1, 2, 3, bang, bang, bang. This whole module could take you maybe 20 minutes tops. But already it's just an introduction, and I promise you're going to learn a few things along the way. Now, as you get into this and as you start interacting with it, it's going to ask you questions. Colin Henderson, he's our guru. He's our mindset guru. One of my favorite people on the face of the planet, aside from Coach Miner here. He's going to ask you very personal questions. And I want you to answer them with honesty. I want you to be direct and clear. And I want you to be vulnerable. It's only going to help you. Now, these answers will not be seen by anybody else except your coaches. That's it. And that's important, because we want your experience to be your experience and nobody else's. Now, coaches are going to read this and see it, and they're going to be helping you personally through any kind of mind block that you have, any kind of strengthening that really is a weakness for you now. There's so much we can do when we have real, clear, and honest answers. Some will be multiple choice. Some you'll be able to fill out long form. Don't think about it too much. Just be open and know that Coach Brandt and all the other coaches have your very best interest in mind. Right? This is to help you. I'm sure in the vast experiences, I probably with all the coaches that are on staff, they probably have a combined couple 100 years of experience. No doubt someone's heard it all, dealt with it all, and most likely have felt and dealt with it themselves. So there probably isn't much you could tell them that would surprise them. But and really important you engage, even more important that you're honest about it. All right. As you go through these modules, you're going to be thinking about things. It's okay to ponder. It's okay to take a little bit extra time if you have to. There are sections within this system that are going to allow you to take notes if you so choose. I'm not going to let this play out. Hold on one sec. In the notes section, as you go through this with Colin, if something comes up, you write it in the notes. This is only seen by you. Okay? This is stuff that you can come back to. And we want to be sure that there is a place in here that you can share your own thoughts. No one will see. But it wouldn't be a bad idea if something piques your interest, or you'd like to talk to coach about it, or even reach out to Real Frequency, to us, to one of us, to dive a little deeper. This is where you would put it. Any kind of issues you have, any kind of questions, this is where you might want to go ahead and jot it down so you don't forget. The last part, and I don't want to overwhelm everybody here because the system goes pretty deep, is the community. As we know, Grit is a community. Coach Brandt has built it this way. because we are here to lift each other up. We're here to support each other. And without our teammates, there is no basketball. Many of you have aspirations of playing in leagues, in college, perhaps the NBA even. Here's Coach John Willis. I'm going to let Coach Willis in real quick. I promise you that the same work that's done here is done at the college level. It's done at the semi-pro level, and then most certainly is done at the pro level. A lot of those guys have access to this. This is why we generated this content. So high school students like yourself and AAU, those playing super competitively, have access to it too. Why wait? Why wait to get to college before you get to work on this stuff? Let's work on this now. It's going to make you a far more well-rounded player. You're going to understand how to speak the language and talk to coaches when you're being recruited. No doubt they will be impressed by your focus, your vulnerability, and your mental strength. And coaches, I've talked to coaches across the country, and I asked them what are the attributes that they'd like to see within a player. I'm thinking they're going to talk about making half-court shots at a whim, or that nasty, dirty crossover that gets by his guy every single time. No. Coachability, understanding the game, and understanding themselves. Those are the three pieces. That's why having the skills, having the body, and having the mind all trained at the same time is going to be your best bet to make it to the next level and be a better person. This is the community. I'll end up right here. We're going to engage here. Coach is going to reach out to you via messages. We want you to check this regularly. Coach and I will get together after this to be sure that the schedule is aligning with everybody and we're not overwhelming you. But at the same time, we want to make sure that you're checking in. Whether messages come through here or the way that coach has been communicating with you, that'll be laid out really clearly to you. I am, again, beyond honored to be with all of you. I know what kind of humans you are because you're on this team to begin with. I know Coach Miner wouldn't have it any other way. Every single one of you has a massive amount of potential to not just be great basketball players, but great humans as a whole. And many of you, if not all of you, are already there at your young age. I applaud coaches, all the coaches here, Coach Miner, for the work that you do, for the approach that you take with this team, because it is the winning way. And I know I only like to be associated with winners. I'm fired up. Does anyone have any questions before I send this link out? And if you don't, that's okay. Coach Brandt, you almost home, buddy?
What's up? Lucas Laws, unmute your mic and tell us one thing you took away from this spring's amplitude, mental toughness. Gonna put you on the spot, but I'm asking this question in a very long way because I'm giving you a little bit of a chance to prepare. But what was one or two things you took away from this spring?
Just like how to control your mind and like control your thoughts when you're in a tough position.
Go a little deeper
awesome.
on that. So what, like, when you're in a tough situation, I mean, for the people that didn't play in the spring, how has that changed your mindset, or what now do you do differently in that situation than you did prior?
Wait, can you repeat that one more time?
I can help you,
Coach. Yeah, go for it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it. No, go for it.
Yeah. Prior to taking the course, Lucas, I know you, dog. I saw you in there. I saw you interacting quite a bit. Matter of fact, you might have been top dog within it. So prior to actually going through this process, you had a mental state. You had a way that you did things, a way you perhaps prepared for the basketball game, or the way that you played within it, or how you may have reacted if you didn't make a shot that you, or missed a block for that matter. Doesn't always have to be on offense, right? Now that you've gone through the course, tell us a little bit about how you operate within certain situations.
Well, like before before we did the course, I didn't realize how like important the mental aspect of the game was. And so now it's like it's helped me out, especially when I'm in those like tough positions, like miss a shot, just like breathe and like calm down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you've heard that, right? All the coaches or parents, for that matter. You miss a shot, maybe it was really critical. They're like, "Look, just put that one behind you, man. The only next important shot is the one you're going to take right now, not the one after that, not the one before." But you're like, I know, but man, it's really weighing on me right now. I'm going to lay in bed and think about that one tonight. And so, do you feel like even through the last 2-3 months that you engaged with this, a little bit better prepared? I don't want to put words in your mouth. Be honest.
Yeah. I feel like I've like been able to grow like my mind as we've done this, and I feel like I'm a little bit more prepared for those like tougher positions in a like close game.
Good. It's not something, once you get familiar with this and you understand, everybody has nerves. Everybody has to deal with the mental battle that's associated with playing at any level, particularly when you guys go to tournaments, right? I think you probably get most out of your comfort zone when you travel far, and you start playing teams that you have no idea where they came from, who they are, or what even ability they are before the game. I mean, they could be some of the best in the nation. Just so happens you seem to be pitted up against them. Or you could knock the socks off of them. Your preparation is the same. You don't hear Sports Center or sportscasters talking about a lot of the mental preparation that these guys have to actually go through before playing big games when they travel. At the collegiate level, at the pro level. But I promise you they are. And it's a big factor in how they play each game. When you see a star player really play like crap, I promise you it wasn't because his crossover wasn't working that day. Most likely had to do with the fact his head wasn't in it, or it wasn't in the right place. Something happened to him personally. And that's when they start talking about it. It's just, I didn't have it tonight. That's free throw stroke. Like, those guys could do it blindfolded. They missed it because something was going on between their ears. They know it. And then you know what they do? They address it so it doesn't happen again. So they can remain at that level. Wouldn't it be great for you to have those tools too? That's what we want to impart in you. Have those tools early. This is stuff you come back to over and over again. This is stuff you'll start to recognize when you start watching games. Breathing exercises. Those guys step up to the foul line. It's a super big shot. You see them calm themselves, close their eyes. Perhaps they take a deep breath in through their nose, out through their mouth. That's them not just like catching their breath. That's them centering themselves, getting right in their mind, getting into flow. How many of you outside of basketball, I mean, in basketball too, every once in a while you have these games where you have these practices or scrimmages where just time flies. You're not even paying attention. Things are dropping for you. You can move at will on the court. You ever had that happen to you? Thumbs up. That is flow state. That is what, imagine if you could just recall that at any time, being like, I want to be in flow state today. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of time in the mindset gym, but you can do that. Most pro athletes are there. They're in like autopilot. Boom. Game starts, they're going. They don't know what time it is. They're just flowing. Things are dropping. And we want to be able to create tools for you to get closer to that at your will. And sometimes it's a battle, man. Sometimes you get out there and it's just not working for you. You're down in the dumps, you're getting blocked, nothing's falling. I feel you. It happens, still happens to me, but we know how to get back to it. And that is the critical piece. So you're not bringing anybody else down with you. You're actually bringing people up when things aren't falling for you. It's a pretty crazy notion. So
I believe that.
Go
I
ahead.
think that's one thing. Sometimes if I'm recruiting a kid, I like to see them when they have an off night. It's easy to be a good teammate on a night when every shot's falling, but how do you react when maybe you have a couple missed shots? And, you know, are you still trying to do what you can to help you lead your team? And, you know, sometimes you have a tough night because especially in club or AAU basketball, you run into a team like Evan was saying, it's just a whole lot better than you. But how do you respond speaks volumes to who you are and what we are as a team and a program. So that was one thing. There was a couple games that were tough this spring, and I wasn't upset that we got beat. It was that we didn't look like we were playing hard. And sometimes you have to worry about what you can control. And it's being a good teammate shouldn't be something that slumps. So I think sometimes when you're watching a kid, if they can still lead, huddle up on free throws, you know, touch, you know, reach, put your arm around somebody, those guys that can lead when they're having a 2 for 7 night shooting, you know, those are the guys that can, you know, have that mental fortitude that we're looking for. So I'm happy that we can partner with you, Evan. I definitely think Colin brings a lot to the training, and I'm looking forward to seeing these guys getting engaged in the community. Some of you guys were great. Some of the guys that weren't so great. And the more you put in, the more to get out. And that's definitely something that I want you guys to realize, because the kids that walk away from Grit saying, man, a great value, great program, those are the ones that did the mental training stuff. Those are the ones that are there, that show up and want to get value, are the ones that grow and get better and see results, because production does matter. And I'm excited about having this as a part of what we're doing. And so I don't want you guys to take it for granted, because not everybody's doing this. And this is an opportunity for you to get better, right? Like Colin played 2 sports, Division I, Pac-10. All the kids are like, wasn't it Pac-12? Or was it back to Pac-10? Because USC and UCLA, anyways. Colin knows what he's talking about when it comes to this stuff. He's worked with the best, and if you haven't read his books, I recommend checking out what he's written, and it's powerful stuff. So I'm glad you're a part of this, Evan, and definitely looking forward to diving into the 4 lessons that you implement for this session of Grit.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. Absolutely. And Coach is right, man. There's so many times and instances, probably more than you can remember, that you reacted not in the best way after you miss a shot, or you're not feeling like you're on your game, and it's not showing your best light. That you're not really pissing anybody else off. You're just insulting yourself for all the hard work that you put into this, right? Getting your head in the game and taking it as it comes. Once that ball leaves your hand, it's out of your control at that point. Let's move on. Shot's already taken. That also,
Next play.
a lot of this,
Yeah.
next play. You're not looking down at the ground, slapping your hand, doing like, what? I can't believe it didn't come in. It's, where am I going next? Am I rebounding, or I'm going to get back on D? That's it. That
Coach
shows
Willis.
strength, character. Go ahead.
No, I just want to add that I love how you were talking about like stuff not being right kind of between the ears when people have an off night. And I want to encourage you guys that that's really like a two-way street. So when things are right between your ears and mentally, you can get into the habits, to those positive habits that allow you to be successful. So it's really making me think back to, I believe it was 2 seasons ago, where we were playing at Sprague High School, and we were in a championship game, and we had an opportunity to run a baseline out of bounds play, and we were down by 2. And as soon as the moment presented itself for us to call a timeout and draw, I was really excited because I knew exactly what I was going to draw. And I knew exactly who I was going to come to. And Tucker, who's on the team now, Lucas, you were there. Tucker, you probably remember this. You know, I drew a play and I knew I was coming. I told Tucker before I even drew the play, Tucker, we're going to come to you. You're going to make this 3-pointer and we're going to win the game. And it was a shot that we had practice. It's a play that I had practice drawing. So because of those habits that we had created, you know, we were able to look, I was able to look and see how are they guarding us throughout the game. So I knew what was going to be open and had the confidence in you guys to execute. You know, we had to have the right pass. We had to have the right screen. We had to have the right guy shooting the ball. He had to make the shot. So a lot of things had to happen correctly, but they were all things we had already done. You see what I'm saying? So Tucker making that shot, and I believe it might have been Preston who threw the pass. Whoever threw the pass to him, I wasn't surprised. You know, nobody on our team was surprised. The people who were surprised were our opponents. They're the ones who were stunned, you know, but we knew what we were getting ready to do. So I'm just saying that make sure you guys realize that this is a two-way street. So when you're dialed in mentally and you're creating those habits for success, that's what that's what I rely on as a coach. That's what I rely on. So when it gets tough, when things aren't going like our way, like you know, coach was talking about, I rely on those habits, rely on those things, on that training. So just make sure you take the time to do this and really get dialed in, because one day you're going to be done playing basketball. You have to stop, right? And it's so like our measure of success as coaches is, are we teaching you lessons that you can then turn around and apply to your life long after you're done playing basketball?
Absolutely. Coach, I think I saw you draw that play up at Max Hoops Camp in Spokane. I think I saw that one. That was a good one. I think you fed it to my son. I don't know if he hit it or not, but yeah, I love that play. I love that play. The coach is absolutely right. The moment wasn't too big. Yeah, it was a championship game. You guys were down by 2. Let's just go for the win, not for the tie. So confident because you'd practiced it. You'd gotten kind of in your head that this is how it goes when this happens. It isn't, oh my gosh, what do we do? Holy crap. Let's just, throw caution in the wind, which unfortunately so many of us do with our mental state when the moment gets too big. Start reacting, start playing defense when you should be playing offense mentally. So beautifully said, Coach. Thank you. That was great. What I like to do now is get everybody signed up. So those who have not registered, I'm going to go ahead and I just populated a link. It's really long and ugly for the chat, but it doesn't, hyperlinks don't work in this. So go ahead and click on that for those who have not registered for Grit. We're going to go ahead and go through that form, and I want everybody to respond in the chat that you are done. And then I'm going to bounce and let coaches take over and talk about this awesome summer season you guys are going to have. Go ahead and take a moment to do that. So coaches, if you are not in it as well, it wouldn't be a bad idea if you registered within the grade I'd like you to just put coach, and we'll go in manually and actually change your access so you have access to more than an individual user. Everybody in? Go ahead and give me thumbs up if we're good. I want to make sure everybody got in. There wasn't any issues because I'm right here. Something didn't work. Or you have a
Rue
question.
Olson, did you get in?
Yeah, I got in.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
like, oh crap.
He's
Got
scrambling to
called
try
out,
to find
coach.
unmute. I'm calling him out because he put iPhone. Looks like your name's iPhone.
Kaysen, you good? And then my boy Tucker right there. He's already been in, right? Yeah.
Tucker's
I
good.
know you. I see you. Laws. How about you, Grayson? You good, buddy? Okay. Got Preston, Caden. Excellent. Kaysen, Aaron. Owen. Excellent. Good.
I think
All
Caden
right,
should
coach.
already be in. Caden should already be
Okay.
in. Drew should already be in. I'm not sure if Denny's got in. Tucker and Lucas, but
Perfect.
hopefully everybody's
Well,
in.
good. Grayson.
Great. Well, and I'll make sure I'll send you over, Evan, the ones who are no longer
Sounds good.
had other stuff going this summer. So that way you can
Excellent.
take care of those ones. And
You got it. You got
I'm
it.
pumped.
Good.
I'm pumped.
I
All
am
right.
too.
Awesome. Thanks, Evan. I
Thank you,
appreciate you
everybody.
spending so much time chatting with us.
You bet. You bet. No problem. Anybody, don't hesitate to reach out. We work with, like I said, athletes at all levels. I'm flying down to LA. We have a collegiate baseball team that's signed with us and getting them onboarded. So they look at the same content. It is universal. All right. Baseball, basketball, whether you're in high school, college, it is all critical and it is the same system. So you're right there alongside those that have already made it to the D1, D2 level. Just know that this is something that's afforded to you because of coach, because of his foresight and his heart for you guys, that he wants you to have it now. Why wait? All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful July 4th. Love to you all. Mad love. We'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate it, Evan. So now turning to the schedule for everything that's coming up, we have starting tomorrow at 4:45, we'll be able to get into the gym. 4:45, we'll be able to get into the gym at Forest Grove High School. That is Monday, July 3rd. July 4th, we will be off celebrating America, Independence Day, freedom, let it ring. And then Wednesday, we will be back at Forest Grove High School 5 to 7 for those that can make it. And then Thursday will be a travel day. So Coach Willis, Coach Lunt are headed down Thursday. A majority of us are staying at the Grand Sierra Resort. So we'll check in there. And then that Thursday night will be it's an open run at the Boys and Girls Club. So we'll be in our teams and we'll play games. You lose, you move down a court, you win, you move up a court. There'll be 5 or 6 teams and we'll just kind of work on some stuff. And then Friday, we'll play our youngest bronze team at 12:30. Silver will be at 1:30 and gold will play at 2:30. Then we will those games will be at Incline Village High School in Incline Village, Tahoe. And then that afternoon, evening, we will do a team bonding activity. Families are welcome if you're on the trip. We'll get some dinner and have some activities that Friday night. And then Saturday and Sunday morning, we will play in Virginia City, which is not in Virginia. It is in Nevada. Tricky to get it. Nevada is where we're headed, not Virginia. So Virginia City is in Nevada. And then that will be Saturday and Sunday will be done. And then we're flying back to Portland Sunday evening. We'll take Monday off. Tuesday, we will have a practice location to be announced on Tuesday and Thursday. We'll do a Zoom call that Wednesday night where we'll check in about some of the mental toughness stuff we're working on. And then that weekend we'll be in Auburn. We will not, I tried to find a room block. I wasn't able to find reservations or a spot there. So some of us are having Airbnb, some are staying with family. I don't have a schedule yet for games. Probably won't know until earlier that week what time we'll play, whether it's Friday evening, Sunday, or Saturday evening, Sunday, or Saturday morning. We won't know until we get a little bit closer to that date. As far as that'll be a Saturday, Sunday, then we'll practice that next week, Tuesday and Thursday. And then we will have our final tournament, which will be in Clackamas, Oregon City area. That's the schedule. And then we'll take the next weekend off. And then August 4th, Pacific University Camp at Pacific. And then that's Saturday and Sunday at Clackamas Community College for the elite basketball school. I'm pumped. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. I think we have a lot of kids in the program that have experience in the program, which I think is exciting. And I think the guys that are just joining, you know, are going to learn quickly from the guys that are setting the example for us as far as what we do and how we act when we're playing and how we respond to adversity. Obviously, resiliency. For those that don't know, you should know, because sometimes we run if we don't know that in practice. the G, what it stands for, the R, the I. So Lucas, what's the G?
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Tucker, what's the R?
Resiliency.
Resiliency. Preston, unmute. What is the I?
Intensity.
Intensity. And the T, I'm going to call on Rue. Olson. There's a couple options. This is your moment to either shine and know, or if there's anybody out there seeing how long he's stalling, I would try to be sending a chat message to him to tell him the answer, so that way he doesn't make everybody on this call have to run tomorrow night. I would be trying to help him as much as he can to find out what the T stands for, Rue.
Togetherness.
Gratitude, resiliency, intensity, togetherness. And to be slyer, you should have done a direct message, because otherwise it's obvious to everybody that he didn't know and you guys had to tell him. So we will get to run a little bit for that tomorrow. Togetherness. So that's the T. There is acronyms that have other letters and things, but the T is extremely important when we're talking about grit. So is there any questions about the schedule?
What's Thursday again?
Thursday is at the Boys and Girls Club, and it's they open the gym and high school coaches bring their team, so it's a chance for us to get some run in before the first time we play Incline Village on Friday.
Okay, cool. Thank you. What time?
6 to 8. I'll send out the address, Jackie, for the Boys and Girls Club, because I know there is actually 2 in Reno. I'll say that one more time. So that way I know that I said there is 2, but I will definitely send everybody. I also did want to mention, I don't own any Apple stock, but I do love the iPhone, and I know some people really don't understand why, but I just wanted to explain why like I said, I'm not a paid spokesman for Apple, but it makes it a lot easier to communicate, because if there's one person that doesn't have an iPhone or iMessage, then the cap is 20 that we can put in a group message. If everybody has iMessage, whether that's on an iPad or their iPhone, then we can have unlimited, and we can name the groups. And then I can put everybody from Grit in one of the groups. I can put just the silver and just the gold or just the bronze in groups. And then we can name it and put a logo for those groups. So I'm not anti-Android, but it just makes it to where we're working on the best way to communicate. And so we will use the Game Changer app, which is incredible, but you have to have it on your phone. It's an app, and there's notifications that will alert you of upcoming games. You can live stream. So anybody, it's free to live stream. You can watch the games that we play, as long as we have somebody that's willing to live stream it. And then it's archived, and we have the ability to live stat it also. And then what it does is, if the person that's scoring the game puts 3-pointer Tucker make, it skips back like 10 seconds and takes that clip and puts it in Tucker's profile. But we have to have somebody at the game that's willing to film it. filming it at least gets it recorded, and those that aren't at the game are able to watch. If it's statted, then we get to see who is producing and who's getting 8 rebounds, and that's the Game Changer app, and there is messaging on that app. But if there's ways that we can have, if there's anybody that does have the ability to have at least one person in the family that's going to correspond that has iMessage, that would help. But we're going to try to, I just wanted everybody to know that's why when I give you a hard time about not having an iPhone, it's not because I'm a snob and feel like that iPhone is that much superior. It just makes communication a whole lot easier for me. And email is one thing, but the parents that are on the call, kids don't check their email as much as they check their phone. So when we're trying to communicate a change or an update or where's the gym, it's nice to have groups that you can communicate with in order to make sure that if there is a change, because sometimes stuff happens. I like to take pride in trying to plan stuff out as far in advance as I can, but not everybody operates that way. And sometimes tournament directors are like, hey, you just got bumped. There was double booked, go here and study here. So if you guys have ideas that you feel are great ways to communicate, I know there's been the Game Changer app, and there might be one that they've used in schools to mass communicate through text with an Android device, but let me know. And is there anybody that has any questions? Is there anything that you guys want me to touch on? Coach Denny, do you have anything that you would like to say to the squad? Coach has been a long time freshman and JV coach and is now the varsity assistant at Southridge High School in the Metro League of Portland. And then he went silent. Coach.
Hey, I'm just excited to be a part of the program and looking forward to impacting all of you on and off the floor.
Awesome. Is Coach Lex, are you still on? Are you able to give us a little bit of what you're excited about for summer session 23?
Yeah, for sure. I think that the thing that's most exciting to me is these trips are huge team bonding opportunities, and these will, like, your teammates now will be people that you run into in high school or later if you play in college. So it's cool to build those relationships and see them develop throughout life. So I'm really excited for the Reno tournament.
That's going to be a lot of fun. So we will, I will be talking to each of you, but what we're going to do is we'll have 3 teams on Friday: bronze, silver, and gold. We will have 2 players that will play bronze and silver, and 2 players that will play silver and gold. So we're gonna have the ability this weekend to kind of let you guys play. Some of you guys haven't been able to make practice or tryouts yet, so we want to use this opportunity this weekend to really gel as a team and come together, so that way when we're in Auburn and Portland, we look like a team. So we're going to try to instill all the qualities, the huddling at free throws, communicating, all the things that we're going to expect from you. This weekend, we're going to really work on and get everything dialed in. So make sure you guys are ready to go. Uniforms are in. I think I sent most of you guys your uniform, at least a picture of your name. If you guys have other questions, feel free to reach out. But I'm excited about it all too. I think Tahoe, I'm really excited about that Friday evening after the games, just seeing Coach Willis and everything going on that we all have scheduled for you guys. So, Coach Willis, give us a parting shout. A little bit louder now. Shout.
No, I just want to encourage everybody to really remember why you're doing this, why you're playing with grit. Take advantage of this opportunity. You will have on this staff, you got 3 college coaches, you got college players, you got college head coach, you got a Division II coach, you got somebody who played Division III, you got somebody who played Division I, you got somebody who's a varsity assistant now. So you got another high school varsity head coach. So you have a wealth of knowledge working with you, a wealth of knowledge working with you. So make sure that you cash in on that. Take advantage of this opportunity. And I want to encourage you all that there's a reason we have 3 teams. You know, we have 3 teams so that everybody can get reps and play. So I don't know about you, but I'd rather be on the court. All right. So don't get caught up in, hey, coach, I'm on gold. Coach, I'm on bronze. Coach, I'm on silver. No, you know what you're doing. You out there on the floor playing. Does that make sense? Everybody understand that? Cool. Good. So I'm looking forward to working with you. Hey, make sure you're dialed in this week at practice. I would encourage you to bring probably a pen and a notepad, because this week, I know we worked a lot on transition. This week, you're going to get some half court offense. You're going to get some baseline out of bounds. You'll get a lot of that stuff this week. So got to be ready to go and dial in mentally.
I would also get a little conditioning in, because we want to be in shape and everybody's going to have to play a lot. And you say you want to play fast and you want to play, then be in shape, because we'll be able to tell you can't wait to work. You got to work while you're waiting. So everybody get ready this week. And thanks, Coach Willis. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Coach Lex, Coach Denny. Thanks for being on. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. See you guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
You're welcome.